in. So Renee and I usually talk about mommy stuff, but occasionally we do invite a daddy into the inner circle to talk about daddy stuff.
There are some interesting dads, I guess.
I guess. We'll throw you a bone.
We'll throw you a bone today.
Well, after this show, you're gonna be on my team, and you'll see why.
Oh, yeah. Well, I already am. On Impact, Jesus Henao. What a guy. What a great energy. Okay. Managing principal at Leola, dad, father, Marine, warrior,
Yes.
and now also running for the school district.
The Saugus Union School District.
Yes.
Trustee Area 1. Thank you for mentioning that.
Oh, I'm so excited for you.
I have to mention one thing. He might have nicer nails than both of us.
He's got a nicer wardrobe. He's got it going on.
His nails, like
you pull it together. And I know that you could, get down and dirty, but...
Look, he's blushing.
And I'm a salsa dancer, too, by the way.
Oh, my God.
What?
Mm-hmm. I was when I was going to college, the way I put myself through college was I was a nightclub DJ.
Cool.
And I did salsa music, so... I have a passion for dancing salsa music. I love that.
Someone put on some salsa. Let's test it.
You are well-rounded.
I'll get down. I'm telling you.
Watch out. Watch out.
Get down.
Clarita.
Oh, we have so much to cover with you, and now even more. But we do, the thing is, last time I talked to Jesus, we've been planning to do this interview for quite a while.
That's right.
We have looked forward to it all summer long. But before we jump into, you've got so many professional accolades I could go over, and we know you as a Marine, and we know you as a leader, and we know you as a manager. But you're a dad and a father first at home, which is what's so important, is the story behind the man.
Perfect. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Let me give you a little background on my routine.
Uh-huh.
Well, first, growing up, I have to thank my parents. My parents are the ones that really they give me discipline, but my dad always would say this. He says, you don't touch a woman, not even with a petal of a rose. That's what he'd always say. And you treat women with the most respect. That's how I grew up.
Wow.
So I'll give you a regular day at my house.
Yeah.
I get up 5:30 in the morning. I take my daughter to seminary, which starts at 5:50 for our church. Wow. I walk around the whole community for about 3 miles. I come home. I drop her off. I come home. I take my other daughter to school. My wife is hanging out, chilling. She's sleeping because I want her to get rest and be able to work and do what she needs to do.
I'm like, is there a guest room?
And when can we move in?
When do we move in?
And then I make breakfast for my wife and myself.
Aww.
And I prepare lunch for her. So I pack my lunch and I do it.
Hotel Jesus.
And because I want her to,
Wait, every man I know is right now texting me going, shut off the radio.
And I'm serious. I
mic.
do this. I'm not just making this up. I do
We're
it
going to
because
call for references.
Absolutely. Call my wife.
Background check.
Background check. How long have you guys been married?
17 years.
And you still love her that much?
I love her that much. She's my dream wife. And the interesting thing is I stopped dating for about 2 years. And I said, I need to get my business right first. And while I'm getting my business right, I said, I made a commitment to God. I said, you say, ask and you shall receive. And what I did is I made a list of what I thought was the ideal wife for me. I wanted her to be from South America. I wanted her
you are, right?
Yeah. Well, I was born here. My parents came from Colombia, but I was first generation here. But I wanted her to be born there. I wanted her to have a college degree. I wanted her to have green eyes. And
you were specific with your wish list.
Very specific. No,
He's like, if I find her, I'm making her breakfast every darn day.
That's right.
Yeah, if you give me this woman, I will promise to take care. Yes.
So I made this list and I prayed every day. And I said, okay, God, this is what I want. You say ask and receive, I'm asking. This is what I want. Every day I prayed. I stopped dating. 2 years later, a friend of mine who happens to be named Moses of all people. So you got Jesus and Moses hanging out, okay? Jesus and Moses hanging out.
That's hilarious. That's what happens when you get holy.
That's great. Love it.
He meets this girl at a dance. She had just come down from Colombia to do an internship here. And he sees her and he says, you have to meet this girl. She's going to be your eternal companion. And I said, get out of here.
Stop it, Moses.
Yeah, stop it.
Get back on the
Yeah.
He hands me the phone number and says, call her. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I didn't call her. 2 days later, I call her. We start talking. We hit it off. A month and a half later, we're married, and it's 17 years now.
No.
A month and a half.
Month and a half. I knew she was
met her,
the
he's
one.
like, I'm locking her in.
Did
That's
everybody think you were crazy? Your friends and
No, they thought I got married to, well, she got married to me just so she can get her citizenship, believe it or not.
And she's still here.
And she's still here.
See?
Yeah.
And in Colombia, they said, oh, are you married an American? So I roll in there and I look Hispanic, and they're like, where's the American?
Where's the,
Oh no!
where's the white boy?
This is him.
Oh my gosh!
funny.
And
Yeah.
children? How many children?
I
later are we
have
talking?
3 kids.
Yeah.
I have an older son who's 21. I had him before I was married.
Uh-huh.
And he's in Utah now. He goes to Utah Valley University.
Oh, wow.
He's in his second semester in college. And then I have 2 girls. One is 13. The other one's 14. The 14-year-old's at Valencia. The other one's at Rio Norte.
Nice.
And they're beautiful girls.
Well
13 and
done,
14.
sir.
So
Girls.
things are good.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah. For a dad, how scary is that,
I
having
know,
a 13 and 4-year-old
14.
girl? Because I know, like, even as I have a boy and a girl, and my husband, who also will often wake up. He brought me coffee today and let me
Yeah,
sleep
mine's
in
pretty
while
good.
he took the kids to school. So I think we all did
Yeah,
well with
we
our
did.
with our men.
We did well.
Very well. But when we had a boy and a girl, and I know for a dad, it's just so interesting to have a daughter. Like, isn't it? Now they're at a certain age where you're just like, okay. I mean, I remember the way my dad was, ex-LAPD detective, and my husband and I were high school sweethearts. So he remembers the way my dad was.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was very
Especially
tough.
in the world we're in now, though.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
The
this
world
is how
we're in
we
now
divvy
is
up the
crazy.
work, Renee. And this is interesting. I give the discipline. I give the motivation. I always encourage them that they can do anything they want in the world, but they just got to work hard at, make a plan, make goals, and go for it.
Yeah.
My wife deals more of the emotional stuff. Oh, this guy likes me. Oh, this guy. And they look at me and they know, like, I don't want to hear about boy stuff.
Yeah,
I tell them
yeah.
you cannot date till you're 16.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
he's going to come in here and he's going to have a shakedown before he even gets to take you out.
Exactly.
We're like, this is what we're
Good
doing.
job.
We're sitting down and composing a list of what you want in a man.
Right. That's right. Oh, yeah, exactly.
And Dad is going to check over each list
That's right.
and possibly add on a few things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love
By
that.
the way, I also do one more thing.
Yeah?
I am the laundry guy at home.
Okay.
So I
Hotel
do.
Out of here. Hotel Jesus.
Yeah,
I
we're
do.
going.
We're checking in.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, this morning I was folding some laundries before I left. My wife's like, you always wash the laundry and you fold it, and you just, because I put my stuff away. Her job is just to put it away.
Oh,
She's
my
like-
gosh. This sounds like my house right now. I can't believe this is
She's like,
happening.
Putting
Okay.
laundry away is the worst thing.
It is the
ever.
worst
It is.
thing.
It is.
It just
Okay, how
stinks.
many moms listening
Raise
have,
your hands.
have this special magical pile of
my
I was
God.
going to say unicorn.
Unicorns? Oh,
Unicorn
yeah,
laundry
magical.
all over your
All over.
house. Each bedroom has
Everywhere.
its
In the corner,
Yeah,
on the
but how
floor.
much- But really,
No,
like for
girls.
me, I'm always rushing, and I already know that the stuff in the pile fits. So guess what? I can collect my weekly.
My piles
outfits.
work for me.
Yeah, my piles work.
They
So,
do.
like,
I'm
Husbands
gonna
hate
give
the
you-
piles,
I'm
though,
gonna-
right?
I'm going to give you a secret, girls.
Okay.
And this is the Marine in me, okay?
Uh-oh.
So I rolled down to IKEA in Burbank, and I bought 3 hampers, okay? One for whites, one for black, and one for color.
Okay.
And I bought some for my one daughter's room, my other daughter, and my son. And I said, okay, guys, here's how it works. You take off your white shirt, you put in the white, take off the color, it black and black. And you are now responsible for your laundry. So when it fills up, you take the basket down, you wash it, you put it back in, and you bring it back up.
Are you kidding?
So I have everybody on the system. My daughters, they do their own laundry. They fold their own. They put their own laundry away. And I do my wife's and mine. But I wash, fold. I put mine away. And I put some of her stuff away. But I tell her, you're responsible, baby. I did everything else.
Or
just put
do
your
you
stuff
fold
away.
it and put it on the bed? That's
I
what
have
my
a
husband will do.
I have a little ottoman.
A little
So I put it on the ottoman. If I put it on the bed, she'll sleep on it.
I would too. In fact, I have. Full disclosure.
Cushion.
So yeah, I would just leave it. I'm going to wear it tomorrow. We'll just keep it on the bed.
Smells good.
It's within reach.
Isn't that an
Smells
easy way
great.
to do it?
That is brilliant. Okay, so wait, so I
we're both like, so wait,
wait, hold on.
so
We
wait.
have so many questions.
Where's my list? I'm making a new list.
But think about that, because what the time part of it is, you have all the laundry in one basket, and you're like, okay, where are the whites? Where are the colors?
No, that's true.
Where's the?
Yeah.
I just pull it out. Oh, the blacks are full. Let me pull that out. Take it
Well,
down.
plus,
Yeah.
you're not mixing your clothes with the kids' clothes. Because I can't tell you how many times my kids' clothes end up in our room.
Yep.
And poor Matt's like, is this your shirt or her shirt? Is this I don't know
Whose
what.
underwear are these?
Right, I mean, it's just, and our kids are getting bigger, so all our
Yeah.
clothes sizes are starting to look similar, and it's a mess.
Now imagine this: my daughter gets married, my son gets married, and their relationship, and they're getting to know each other, and the laundry's piling up. Arguments could come out of that.
True.
Well, who's doing the laundry?
Oh,
What's
yeah.
going on? That's your mess. No, that's your.
Oh, yeah.
But now, hey, my new wife. Here's the laundry. Here's how we do it.
Yeah.
And when it
They
fills
got
up,
their system down.
yeah. Let's pick 1 week I do it, the other week you do it, back and forth. Problem solved. No argument. No nothing.
Telling you.
So who cooks at your house? Please tell me she does.
My wife cooks.
Okay.
And she cooks some great Colombian cuisine.
Sure she does.
Oh, she's amazing.
Oh,
Do you
that
do the
sounds
dishes,
good.
though?
I do the dishes in the morning. If there's anything left over, before I leave work, after I make everything, I show them. I go, look, there's a technique, guys. When you cook and you clean. Cook and clean and
Oh,
put
good
it away.
Lord, you
So
sound like my
everything is
husband.
done.
Right?
You really, you and Matt, Captain Matt and Jesus Henao need to become friends. Honey, you bowl? You guys can go bowling together. I mean,
Or
that's
put it in
crazy.
the
That's what he
dishwasher.
says. Put it in the dishwasher.
Yep.
Why
That's
you
what it's
don't
there
leave it in the
for.
sink? Put in the. That's
See,
what
but
he says.
I eat and then I'm like really full, and I'm like, do I want to stand?
Renee!
I
I
just
want
look.
to stand. Like my husband's like, we need to just do it right when we're done.
That's right.
But I'm like, I feel like
I'm
it's like
tired.
Like I just ate turkey and
Yes.
I'm tired and I don't want to. I just cooked it all. Why do I have to
I'm
clean it?
digesting.
I'm more tired the next morning when I wake up and I'm tired and I see the laundry. The
Ah!
dishes stacked.
That's the worst
And I have to
feeling.
do
This is the
breakfast.
guy
I'm like,
thing.
or somebody comes over unexpectedly.
Yeah, and the dishes are in there,
And
and
the
you look
place
like
a
the
mess.
biggest
I
slob, and you're like, I
know.
swear it's never like this, because it's true.
I know.
That's like the worst
It
feeling.
is.
That's like my nightmare. Somebody coming in
is.
and the house is dirty or a mess.
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
Okay, these are good systems, and I do believe in systems. That if
Yeah.
once you just put it into place and everybody's on board, you make sure everyone's got the memo on how it goes, then life can be a lot simpler.
And if they don't follow the system, then you start taking things away.
Oh,
Hand me that cell phone.
That cell phone.
That
Yeah.
cell phone needs to come here.
Uh-oh.
The computer needs to go away.
Really? And who's the heavy in the house? Do you lay down the law?
I lay down the law.
Yeah.
I
Poor
tell 'em-
dads, they all do.
Well,
Yeah.
I tell them it's
Yeah.
easy.
No.
I'm making their life easy because the system is when they come home from school, I tell them you got an hour to detox. You could sit down, watch TV, do
Do what
whatever
you
you
want.
want,
That's interesting.
and then it's homework time. And your job is
Okay.
to finish your homework. It might take you an hour, it might take you 2, it might take you 3.
Yeah.
You finish the homework.
Yeah.
Then
And
you
you-
do what you want.
Yeah, it's 5, 6 o'clock. You want to be on the phone. You want to do whatever. You want to talk to your friends. Go for it.
Interesting.
But it's over.
yeah.
So when mom and dad come, they just, okay, let me see. Did you do your homework? Okay, fine. Looks good.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
mom and dad can watch TV, hang out, relax. Well, that's never the case. I'm
I was
always
gonna say,
running
No,
around.
of
you
course.
relax.
When
I
does
don't.
that happen?
I haven't
I
watched
don't
TV, and I
relax.
can't even tell you. How
What kind of sleep? Before I walk into the next
Mm-hmm.
part of this show, what kind of sleeper are you? By the way, are you one of those? I mean, you're a Marine. Do you sleep like? Are you one of those 3 hours a night kind of guys? You crazy?
According to my Fitbit,
Oh.
even as a sleep system?
Because I gotta
I-
say, my husband is the one that wakes up early and does all this stuff. The man seems to get shorted on the sleep.
in
honestly.
August, my average sleep time was about 6.5 hours.
Okay.
And
Sometimes less, sometimes more, but
Me and my husband both. don't.
this month since I started campaigning, it's about 6 hours. So I'm losing.
And it's going to keep going
About-
down as you continue to campaign. So you've run a successful family, a successful business, and now you've decided to kind of move into this campaigning and what you're doing with the Saugus Area District. Now, tell us about that. Well, do we have time, Andrew? Do we need to take a break? Okay, I want to because I'm just glued to what you have to say. Every word coming out of your mouth right now.
We're like, tell
I'm
us
taking
more.
notes. So, I mean, is that what you decided like your next kind of challenge
Well,
would be in life?
The Creator has blessed me with certain gifts,
Mm-hmm.
and those are organization. I see things plainly, leadership.
Yeah, clearly this is working.
And I've been truly blessed. Even though I've had hard times where I've lost everything and started from scratch, because there was a time in 2007 where I lost my home, lost cars, I lost everything, and started from zeros. And I said, okay, time to get back on the saddle, get back to work. No looking back. The past is past. Let's move forward. So I believe that I have these certain gifts that will help. Like, number one, the big thing that I think, and my big item is child campus safety.
Oh.
You hear these nut jobs going in, shooting up schools. What are we doing to protect ourselves? What are we doing to protect our elementary kids, our K through 6 that
That's where we're at right
have
now.
no chance?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are we doing? And the systems that they have in place are good. They're okay.
They're trying.
But I wouldn't employ it at my house.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't put a security guard in my house, but
think about what you're doing at home versus what's happening at school. It should at least be that good.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you a good example. I'll give you a great example. I have a good friend, Orthodox Jewish guy, and I do a lot of business. We became very good friends. He lives in L.A., and I was hanging out with him for a couple of days, and he says, "Come with me to go pick up my kids." So I said, "Sure, let's go." So we get in the car, and we drive to the school. And there's a security guard there, and he says, "Let me see your credentials." Yep. And he looks at, there's a sticker on the window. He checks out the sticker. He shows him the ID. Come on through. Comes through. He's in line waiting for the kids.
Yeah.
A person with a clipboard comes up and says, "Let me see your ID." Okay, your check, good. They call somebody. They bring the kids out. They get in the car, and they go. That's just to pick up their kids. So you can't even get into the campus if you don't have the right credentials, or they're going to check you out.
That's amazing.
Okay.
Wow.
And how about us? How about us in Santa Clarita?
How are we doing?
How are we doing it?
Right.
I don't know if you can even get into the parking lot of any of the schools out here, then you might be able to get in. I feel like you can't even park at these schools out here.
Yeah, it's underparked, then you have the line, everybody waiting to get in, but anybody can walk in.
But that's I mean, beyond that, somebody could just walk past all the cars and just walk on in, and
that's the thing. They're more worried outside about getting the cars, like the traffic, than people could just walk right by.
It's your voice for safety.
So why don't we put a trained security guard at the front entrance? Yeah, at the entrance. He's armed. He's there. Now, automatically, that's a deterrent. And if he's a retired military police officer, military, people are going to think twice. And then during school, you have the guy in the front, and you have somebody walking the campus. Problem is not solved, but I would say it's 95% there, because it's going to be a deterrent.
Right.
If you see a security guard there with a gun, and you can't get on campus.
And I have to say, our police officers and our first responders out here are so active, so amazing, do such a great job. We have a lot of police presence around our school whenever we need it.
They live next door to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I live with mine.
We have.
That's great.
That's true, right?
I live with one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Me too.
Right?
So we're good. But I mean, that they're there when we need help, kind of corralling the parents with pickup, drop-off lines, crosswalk safety, U-turns, and
I see them going around, driving around.
But now think of this.
They do.
Now think of this: active shooter walks on campus. He starts lighting up the school. Right? Starts going in the office. Starts shooting people.
Yep.
It's going to take 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes max, for the police officer to respond.
Right.
Within 5 minutes, that active shooter can do a lot of damage.
Oh, you could do it in 1 minute.
And 1 minute. So
there's not enough time.
There's not enough time.
There's not enough officers.
No.
I mean, they do a great job here, but in this city, the way it's growing and how many houses are being built, if I call a police, 911 or whatnot, it takes them at least 10 to 15 minutes to get to my house.
Absolutely. And remember, Santa Clarita doesn't have their own police department, so they count on the sheriffs. Yeah. So the sheriffs are covering
everybody.
Everybody.
Awesome.
And before that, Highway Patrol used to patrol out here.
And now they don't. I mean, my husband's Highway Patrol, and they will, but it's more of the sheriff. And I mean, they're very understaffed.
And by the way, remember, just over the hill where I live to Sorrel de Valle is the Pitches Detention Center.
Right.
I don't know if you guys know that.
Yeah.
So from sorting laundry to security questions, we'll cover it all on the Mom Show. We have Dad and Managing Principal of Leola with us today, Jesus Henao. We're diving into dad life and how to manage your life. Yes. Really, run your household, run your business. Now we're talking about running the school district. So let's talk next about more school safety. And I have a question for you with a system I saw put in place, and I'd love to hear your professional feedback on this when I ask you about that. Coming up next on your hometown station, KHTS.
Little Eye Leaders is the newest preschool in the Santa Clarita Valley. At Little Eye Leaders, our outstanding teachers lead with intellect, perspective, and heart. That means our programs provide a warm, nurturing atmosphere to meet the unique needs of each child. We believe that play is a powerful form of learning for young children. That's why our kids have every opportunity to learn through the magic and excitement of play. Parents, schedule a tour today by calling 303-0400 or online at littleileaders.org.
Olive Terrace Bar and Grill is the hottest new Mediterranean fusion restaurant in Santa Clarita with unique delicacies like seafood right off the boat, mouth-watering prime steaks, artesian sandwiches, delicious pastas, and tasty kebabs. Unwind on their cozy outdoor patio at their weekend champagne brunch. Full menu and weekly specials at oliveterracebarandgrill.com. Check out their full bar and happy hour daily specials in Valencia on Copper Hill and Newhall Ranch Road by LA Fitness. Olive Terrace Bar and Grill, delicious food seasoned with love.
The Santa Clarita Artists Association is hosting our annual gala, the Art Classic, Saturday, September 29th from 1:30 to 5 p.m. This fundraiser highlights professionally judged original artwork by local artists in all mediums. For only $25, you can enjoy live music, wine, hors d'oeuvres, and meet the artists in person. The Art Classic will be held at Hart Hall in Hart Park. All artwork will be on display for free public viewing Sunday, September 30th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. For tickets and more information, visit us at santaclaritaartists.org.
Your hometown station.
KHTS is your official Santa Clarita Dodger station. You can catch all evening games right here on your hometown station. For all the latest news and updates on your Los Angeles Dodgers, KHTS has you covered. Go to hometownstation.com.
98.1 FM and AM 1220. Hometown.
Traffic report, simple news, weather, and lots of music. They pretty much play everything.
Your hometown station.
You're listening to The Mom Show. I'm Kristin Cruz with Renee Kennedy Powers.
Hi, guys. Happy afternoon.
Happy afternoon. Whenever you're listening, we have something for you to help you with your life. Juggling at home, running your business with the kids and the husband, running your business in a brick and mortar, building your brand online. The Mom Show covers it. Bosses and babies is what we're kind of connecting with right now. And it's really how to be the boss of your own life, you know, the way you want it, designing it the way that works for you and your family and you and your business, and living your best life. And with us, we have dad, father, husband, and managing principal at Loyola, Jesus Henao, with us. And we just delved into school safety, which was, I'm fascinated with it. It's one of my top priorities. I'm on the boards at our school, and it's something that really resonates with me. And I do want to talk about something a little more lighthearted, like your amazing family trip to Peru, which is what that's where I want to get. But first, we must get through this security check. I saw a school system implemented recently where now each visitor must have a picture taken of them, and a badge is then printed out, a sticker badge with their picture on it and their name, that they must wear while they're on campus, so that their picture and their face matches when you see them, right? And apparently, when a first and last name and ID is given, the computer system that takes that picture cross-references them with the sex offender list. Okay, and to my knowledge, that's the only list that it cross-checks them with. Mm-hmm. But it does that, and then they have to wear that around school and then return that badge on the way out, be signed out, and leave.
You know we do that already, right?
I was going to say, but it's great.
They do?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great, but just because you check
really,
because your ID...
the school that I heard it from it's brand new.
Let me tell you where
out
they
here.
do it, and it's the same concept. I like to go to the football games, so my daughter goes to Valencia.
Yeah.
Okay. So I buy the ASB card so I can get on campus to see the games. And guess what they give me? They give me an ASB card with my picture on it, and they hand me that. And that's what I used to get into campus to the football games. Oh. So where are we putting the cost of that is almost nothing. Because,
nominal.
Yeah, the machines now just print it for you immediately.
Sure.
So back to school night, take the picture, boom, boom, here you go.
Yeah.
I would think. If the machine prints it right there automatically.
But
yeah.
for me, even,
I like that.
Even checking in
good.
and giving an ID, it doesn't mean you don't have a gun in your pocket.
That is true, but if they're checking you out for sex offender, that's a good way to go.
That's good, right?
And then you're the parent also. You're there with your kids.
But I've even heard of these stories with domestic, like, going in because their wife works at the school or something, and then there's a gun involved. There's so many things now that like you really don't know. I mean, I feel like that, like I would rather have security there opposed to just saying, here, I'm here visiting and I'm a family member. Just because you're a family member, you could still be crazy.
There's one thing you said.
We all got crazy family members.
One thing you said also is if the guy has a gun, you're already labeling him as he's a criminal or something, or he has bad intention. There's a lot of law-abiding people, like your husband,
totally,
that has a concealed weapon permit.
Exactly.
He's a police officer. That you want those people to have them.
Yep.
You want them to be there.
I mean, I do.
Look, if they would issue me a concealed weapon permit, I would carry my gun everywhere, just in case. You never know. And there's many cases where women have been beaten, and another lady with a concealed weapon permit stops, the guy from attacking the lady.
Interesting.
So it's all in perspective. Do we have that problem here in Santa Clarita? I don't think so, but
we sure hope
I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Well, I have to say
when
one thing I do.
Kids,
when it comes to our kids, always, right? Yeah. Always, as moms, especially, we have this thing. But I got to tell you, I do appreciate the communication factor from schools. When we get a text or an alert, a lot of times I'll be listening to KHTS, our local radio station.
I've heard it on there.
Live local radio. One of the best things as a parent is to be tuned into that, because they really report what you care about in this, almost live. And when I have heard things on the radio, I've called our office at our school and said, hey, did you guys know about such and such going down? And sometimes they didn't know. And I really appreciate when I get that text or that communication. How important do you think that communication is with the parents and sending out those messages?
Very important. And there's one more thing also. Yeah, it's very important to get those. But we looked at it from the child perspective, but we haven't looked at it from the teacher's perspective.
Oh,
What about protecting the teachers?
Yeah.
I mean, they're the ones and you've seen this in many cases where the teacher's in front there taking the the intruder on to save the kids. What about their safety?
There's one against them against 30 kids trying to.
And there's a lot more involved with that. I mean, let's even talk about the custodians, the maintenance workers. Those guys, you might think, how are those guys going to impact security? But at night, those are the guys walking the campus. They probably know more about the teachers and what's going on in the school than anybody else.
Places to go hide and
Right. I know it's new times, you guys. We just got to embrace it seriously and deal with what it is right now. My mother's a retired LAUSD school teacher for 35 years, and she has told me, I'm so glad I'm retired now because things are so much different.
You know what? What an honorable job, though.
Yeah,
what an amazing job, because if you look at it, the kids from kindergarten to 6th grade, they're just brand new. They're getting inducted to school, understanding everything. And you want the best teachers teaching the kids, because those first couple of years are so important to what happens in middle school and then what happens in high school. If you build that strong foundation now, then they'll have success in the future.
That's right. I agree. Teachers make such a huge impact.
And anybody that wants to be with children all day,
bless their hearts, because we just did it all summer at my house. I only had 2, and I'm ready to pull my hair out.
And they're our own. They're our own.
We birthed them.
Yeah, we have to be with them. These people want to be with them.
Sure. Nobody's paying me. I got to say that, though. Nobody's paying me to do that job.
Honorable job.
Yeah,
thank you. Jesus Henao, Dad yourself, so you've raised 3 beautiful kids successfully. One of them off in college right now. The other 2 girls you've got at home. And you took the most amazing family vacation as we end up wrapping up summer. I can't believe how it's over, right? I know.
The quickest summer.
The fastest summer. Well, some moments felt long, really long.
Okay, you're right.
At home with the kids.
Yeah.
But some of us did some fun things this summer. And when Jesus and I spoke as the summer was just beginning, I heard he was sharing with me some of his family plans for the summer. And I said, I can't wait to talk to you when you come back, because I need to hear about a family vacation in Peru.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing. So the reason we went to Peru is my son served a mission there for 2 years. Okay. And he served the people. So we first went to a place called Trujillo to check that out. And my hat's off to him. I said to him, I am so proud of you, because there was so much poverty, and the people he served, there was just dirt floors, corrugated metal tops, houses made of adobe. And at one time when he was on his mission, floods came in. They're called huaicos, and houses were just swept away.
Oh, my gosh.
And he was out there serving these people, and I saw where he served, and amazing, but the people were awesome.
Oh,
I mean, very giving. When we go to the house, it was just eat. Food is what they gave us.
And what kind of food did they serve there? What did they cook in their houses?
They have this thing called pollo a la brasa, which is rotisserie chicken, but so good and juicy. I mean, it has a taste. You can't find the taste here. It was so good.
Because it's probably they're farming probably their own animals, their own vegetables.
No GMO, no nothing. They're not eating corn. I mean, they're eating
what's off the land.
What's off the land. So very good, just amazing. Food. I'll tell you what, the Peruvian cuisine, amazing.
Really?
Amazing, very good.
Wow, I have
Highly
heard
recommend.
that before, but I don't know what it is. Like, what would Peruvian cuisine be?
I'm going to tell you where to go.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you where to go. It's in Hollywood.
Uh-oh.
It is the best place. You walk there and you think it's in a shopping center. You think this place, the best taste. You go there. It's called Mario's Peruvian on Highland and Melrose.
So it's as close to the legit Peruvian as
this
you
is
can
as
get.
legit as it gets. And the taste is so good.
But he's also he does the laundry and has tips on the best restaurant. What is going on here, Jesus?
This place
Mario's
is
Peruvian,
This
man.
place, and you have to drink this drink. It's called chicha morada. And what chicha morada, it's made from corn, but it's a red corn. So it's not yellow, it's red. It's so good. You have to try that.
Is it sweet?
It's sweet, yes, it's sweet, but not that sweet. It's It's very good.
Can we just do a food show with
know,
Jesus?
right?
Can we
Let's go. How about that? We're out of here. We're going to Hollywood.
Yeah, man, that sounds amazing. Okay, so you visited this area that your son served in.
So we spent a week there, and then we went to Lima. No, wait, excuse me. Then we went to Cusco.
Where's that? Where's that?
Cusco is like in the middle of Peru. So
Okay.
it's, middle of Peru. Here's the thing. If you ever go, this is what you have to be concerned with. The altitude. It's so high up there.
I've heard. Okay.
They
You get a
told,
headache?
yeah, a headache. And
everything ache.
I've heard,
you
It
have to
works
take
your
1 day of
system.
rest to get acclimated to the weather.
Really?
Yes. And we
Okay.
even took pills to, it's called seroche is the name of what the sickness. So you take pills before you go to Cusco. To Cusco, but it didn't really help me that much.
What did
It
you
helped a
feel
little
like?
Just nauseated and
headache.
I hear your digestion's
dizzy,
bad
you
too. Your
can't
stomach
eat.
hurts. Yeah.
You get everything. So we took a day rest, and believe it or not, the cure for it is coca tea.
Coca tea.
Now, don't call it cocaine.
No, okay. I don't know.
I made the
didn't say
mistake
anything.
of saying that word, and they jumped
Very
on me.
offended because that's not what it is.
It's not.
Right.
What's it made from?
The leaves?
The leaves.
Yeah.
It's the pure leaves. So what they do is they have the tea bag leaves of coca, and then they have the leaves themselves. So any hotel you go to or any restaurant, there's a little basket. It has coca leaves. You get them, you put them in the cup, hot water, and that's it. And you mix it and you drink it.
And it settles your stomach. It makes
gets
you
rid of
feel like a new person.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. You're thinking. Everybody thinks, oh, you're gonna get high.
Of course.
It does none of that.
No.
It just takes away that feeling.
If you
It
use
takes
these
the
things the
altitude.
right way, the way intended by nature, then everything is good.
Feel better.
And then,
Yes.
and then if you have it severely, you take the leaves and you put them in your mouth, like if you're chewing tobacco,
You chew it.
and you just chew it, and that was like the remedy.
Amazing.
Everything went away.
Interesting.
And it's a good.
love that.
It's a good morning. Instead of coffee,
How do
people
we
drink
get
that.
it here?
I was just going to say, can we grow it here?
You can buy it.
We can
you
buy
can buy
it.
the tea bags. I brought a bunch of tea bags back.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
I want to try that. Wait, I don't need it. Unless I go skiing. You know what? When I go to Salt Lake even, my stomach hurts. When
But
I go
it's-
skiing to higher altitudes, I got to...
But it has nothing to do with the altitude sickness. It's just a good, pick her up in the morning.
Yeah.
It's healthy. It has good properties.
It's all natural.
Yeah, it's all
I
natural.
love that.
We love that.
Yes, that's our big thing.
Yeah.
So after you acclimated, did you then go even higher up? Did
Yes.
you say, oh my
There's
gosh.
a couple places. Machu Picchu is high, but there's another place even higher. Machu Picchu was amazing, by the way. When you get there, it's surreal, like, wow.
It really...
It's a big wow factor when you see it. My kids said it looked like Jurassic Park.
Oh, wow.
So
my
that
gosh.
type of deal. So that was awesome. But I'll tell you what was even better. There's a place called Puno, okay? And that is towards the lake. It's a lake called Lake Titicaca, and it's right next to Bolivia and Peru. And in the lake, there's a place.
We learned about that in school because that was
Yeah.
a funny name. I remember
it
that
is.
one. It was. Come on.
Well-
we all remember Lake Titicaca.
Yeah.
Come on.
There it is.
You can't forget that.
You can't
name.
forget that. We learned that in 4th grade.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
people live on these islands they make from the plant roots that grow on the lake.
Wow.
What?
And it looks like hay, but they put these little they make the island, and about 4 families lives there. They live in a little hut made out of hay.
So it's a floating
Yes.
community.
Yes.
Let's
Yes.
go float.
Oh,
And
that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And the story behind it is that when there was a war between Bolivia and Peru, people that didn't want to be in the war, they made these islands and they live out there, and they still live there. Humble people, amazing. I tell you what, the people live, a family of 4 or 5 live in the house is about the size of this studio here.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Well, they're probably just, I mean, and I bet that, well, first of all, their family values and connection to each other must be incredible.
Yeah.
You know, when you live like that. And then they've got their systems. Speaking of systems, I'm sure they have it down.
Yeah.
The way that they make efficiency work and living off their land. And
Sure.
I bet that is just an amazing thing to see.
So
Wow.
the highest point
Cool.
They
was
use
the
all
next
their
place.
resources.
Right.
When you saw the island, there's another island which is higher than Machu Picchu. It's an island, and that's about 5,500 meters, 16,000 square feet.
Wow.
And that was amazing too. But that's the
How do
highest
you
point.
get to all these places? Do you have to hike? In my mind, I
We're
see you
like-
guys like backpacking
No,
up the hill.
They
Drive
talking
there.
about systems. They have little, go to the hotel. There's a little bus that picks you up. They take you to Lake Titicaca. There's a boat. You get on the boat, and they take you there, and you walk around. The hikes you have to do yourself. Machu Picchu, luckily, there's a bus that goes all the way to the top, and it takes you there. But there's
Oh wait. Okay, I'm picturing you on a bus, winding your way up to like the
This is
tallest
like-
mountain in the world.
Yeah.
and 2
that-
buses going one way, the other the other way, and you're looking over the edge. You're saying, "Oh, look at that!"
No, is it just
You're
like
like,
a
"Good
straight
luck."
drop?
Exactly, straight drop.
Oh, no.
He's a risk taker too.
Yeah.
Man.
Add
No,
it to the list.
I took it easy.
You did?
There are people that go and camp. It's called the Inca Trail. It takes 4 days.
Oh no.
So they start 4 days away. They're in the jungle,
I'm having anxiety. just talking
Backpacks.
about it. Oh,
backpacks,
no.
hiking, and everything to get to Machu Picchu. And it's called the Inca Trail. That's a 4-day trip.
Woo.
Have any of you guys done the Inca Trail?
I mean, seriously.
If
I
so,
would
we need to
never-
bring you on.
Yeah, right? Tell us
Yeah.
how you survived that
That
one.
is-
Tell us how you
That's
survived.
insane.
And there's a higher mountain than Machu Picchu. Now, that one is insane
Oh my God.
because you have to climb up with your hands and knees to get to the top. Remember, you got to remember the
We're all like, what?
The Incas aren't our height. The Incas weren't our height. The Incas are like 5 feet.
Yeah.
All short people. So these little things you have to climb with your hands and knees to the top, and then coming back down, you're coming on your butt and your hands down the
And
hill.
you're scooching down. That's like how our
Yeah.
1 and 2-year-olds get up and down the
Yeah.
stairs. That's
I'd-
exactly how they did it.
Can I just go people watch?
No,
Nice.
go on YouTube and check it out.
Can I Inca watch?
Go on
I'm
YouTube
so
and check it
impressed.
out.
That
I'm
is
gonna put it in
crazy.
my phone.
Incredible. So this trip, was it just you and your son together on
No,
this
the
trip?
whole family.
The girls, your wife, everybody?
My wife, everybody.
What? And did you find that, I mean, being so far away, clearly there wasn't cell phone connections. I'm thinking there wasn't a lot of
No,
Wi-Fi.
No, if you have
boy.
here's a plug for T-Mobile.
Oh, boy.
T-Mobile gives you roaming, so you can. I have free roaming, free text, so I can text.
Yeah. Oh,
And there's an app called WhatsApp.
yes, that's...
Oh yeah, that's what I
It's a
use
good one.
to talk to my
Yeah.
vendors.
But if
And-
your kids have it on your phone, beware.
Yeah. So we
Yeah,
were.
why is it on their phone?
That's right.
So the cell phone wasn't bad at all, and every hotel you go to or restaurant, it advertises free Wi-Fi, so they give you the code. And
Good. Well, because
So-
you have a lot going on. You're running a business. You
Yeah,
have
you
a
gotta
campaign.
stay
You have a
connected.
lot going on, so you need to stay connected. To a certain extent. But it is nice to know that you took the family somewhere. I mean, it just seems so.
Amazing trip.
Oh my gosh!
It was such a good bonding experience.
Right.
And the
So
kids that live in beautiful Santa Clarita, and they go see the way other people live, and they say, "Wow."
They won't complain about what they don't have anymore, will
That's
they?
right.
What
we
church
are very
do you guys
fortunate.
attend?
We're the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Okay, I figured when you said mission.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was just a
Wow.
good bonding experience, and to meet the people my son served, wow, and how happy they were that he was there, that he went and served them.
Man.
That's just the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh my gosh! All right, and then you flew back here to beautiful Santa Clarita with all of that.
Yeah.
So just wow, your
Back in
souls
the
must have
saddle.
just been on fire, right? Ready to go. How long is the flight back from Peru to Los Angeles?
I think it's like 8 hours.
That's it?
Yeah, 8
I thought you were
hours.
going to say like 18 hours.
No,
I mean,
because
that's like
you
going to England, you know.
Yeah, well, we flew from L.A. to Mexico. Well, down there, we went from L.A. to, I think, El Salvador to Peru. And then on the way back, we stopped in Mexico City here.
That's not bad. I love Mexico City. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I'm going to go shop and eat in Mexico City.
We did a cruise there.
Oh!
Can we just have a show?
Yeah,
of
travel and food show with Jesus.
Jesus,
do you want your own show?
Yeah.
I do. I have it on Monday.
We're just going to call it.
No.
Jesus.
No, travel and food only, though. That's what we want to talk to you about. It's different.
Yeah.
Well, I spent 6 months in Japan also and a month in Korea in the Marine Corps.
Is there anything you have not done?
No, that's why he's running for the school district.
Exactly. That's his last thing. There's nothing left to do but run for the school district.
I do
Poor
have a
Jesus.
list.
Jeez. All right. Jesus Henao on the Mom Show with us talking about family life. I love that. See, this is just so fun for us to really see, like we know all of your accomplishments and we meet people on a business level and things like that, but to know like your family life and what you do at home and how you do the laundry. Right. I love that.
All I can say is when I go home tonight, my poor husband.
She's going to break out the list. Here's what you have to do.
Let's chat.
Right. We're going to explore what's next on the Mom Show. Please keep it here. You're listening to your hometown station, KHTS.
The best live theater can be found right here in the Santa Clarita Valley. The Canyon Theater Guild has been entertaining audiences for decades with top quality musicals and plays. Located on Main Street in Old Town New Hall, CTG also offers workshops for the young actor in your family. For more information, call the box office at 799-2702 or go online to canyontheater.org.
The VIP Grotto experience at the Ivy Day Spa. Your experience begins with a clay facial mask. Then you are painted with a soothing aloe vera shea butter coconut oil body mask. In temperatured chambers, you relax and allow the moisturizing masks to work their magic. Finally, you rinse off in a rainforest shower and finish with a pH balancing mist. Treat yourself to this hydrating and refreshing experience at the Ivy Day Spa. Call to reserve your VIP Grotto experience at 260-1244.
Antelope Valley Fair and Alfalfa Festival, home of the Rural Olympics, is celebrating 80 amazing years. Check out the one and only Antelope Valley Rural Olympics competition on Saturday, August 25th at 6 p.m. Teams will compete in hay loading, toughest farmhand competition, antique car racing, and more. The Rural Olympic event ends with a spectacular fireworks show. Don't miss it. The Rural Olympics, Saturday, August 25th. Free with a general admission ticket. The Rural Olympics is brought to you in part by Raleigh Kia, Bondale Water District, and Learn for Life.
KHTS. Now FM 98.1 FM and AM 1220. Your hometown station.
Thanks for being here with the Mom Show. I'm Kristin Cruz with Renee Kennedy Powers, owner of Earth Baby Boutique, and we are talking about small businesses. Whether you're running a brick and mortar or building your own brand online, us moms want to stick together and help each other because we have a lot to manage. So this series is Bosses and Babies. We're sitting in studio with Jesus Henao here, and we're just we're kind of going behind the scenes of his life and how he runs his house with such great systems in place. Well, yes. but with so much love and so much beauty and adventure and bonding and all these amazing things that you do. It's a really wonderful story to tell. I really enjoy having you here on that level.
Life with Jesus.
Yes, exactly. All travel and cooking, just so you know. It's going to have nothing to do with any of the other companies he runs.
And happy wife.
Well, here's the way I look at it. What's the opposite of order?
Chaos.
Yeah, disorder.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And disorder, chaos, disorder. So if, look, it never ends up right. You can make a plan, and there's always going to be deviations.
Yes.
But if you have a plan, you try to stick to it as best as you can, then life is not that hectic.
That's true.
Yeah.
And everybody knows what they have to do.
Yeah.
And it makes mom and dad's life easy. And that's the most important thing for us because who wants to be dealing with stuff in the morning? You're in a rush. You got to get somewhere. You're running a bit. You guys are running a business, etc. And where's my laundry? And and it will happen.
It happens all the time.
No,
and
it's
I
true.
tell my girls this. I go, "Did you do your laundry? Is your baskets full?"
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So who do you have to blame for that?
No one but
Me?
yourself. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Why is your room dirty? Oh, your room's dirty? Okay. Start handing over the phone.
Yeah.
You know we need to keep it clean. And they keep
to
it
a
clean.
girl, taking away your phone is the worst.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Is the worst.
Oh, my gosh.
thing. My dad used to take away I had a landline phone.
It's collateral,
and he
though.
knew. Like, he would even just
That's
say,
all
like, f. And I was like, oh, the phone's staying. It's okay.
Okay. Help me
Whatever
out.
you want me to do, I'll do it.
Like, how am I going to talk to the boys tonight? Like, I had to have my phone.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus is like, no boys.
Yeah.
No boys.
No boys yet.
So, Jesus, we've gotten to experience your trip to Peru with you now on the phone, and I mean on the air, and taking the phone away and doing the laundry and
We
all
learned
these great
about the
systems.
little
Little people
people climbing up the
climbing
hill.
up the Peruvian hills, the leaves that you should make into tea,
Yeah.
and just so many wonderful things. But I want to know what's next for you. Now you're campaigning right now, so can we
Yes.
dive into that a little bit? I'm intrigued to know more.
Well, again, there is a system, and there's a system that I use. So I have as a matter of fact, I was tidying it up yesterday.
Yeah.
From now up until Election Day, there's something going on almost every day.
What day's Election Day?
When is election
November
day?
6th.
November 6th, everybody.
And I had a meeting before I came here for some advertising, but there's a whole schedule. I have a team of guys in place, and everybody's on the schedule. Now, can I deviate from that? Absolutely.
For sure.
You're going to deviate. And
Yep.
you're going to, and
It's
you're
real life.
Yeah. And that's what you do. But you have to have a plan first, and then you jump around and you fine tune it and make it fit.
There you go.
I just want to get my message across. Look, do I have to do this? No. Do I want to do it? Yes. Do I want to do something for the kids and the teachers? Yes. Because teachers made a big impact in my life. And the one teacher that always stands out is Dr. Kopis, and he was at Glendale Community College. And I was taking calculus, algebra and calculus.
Ouch.
And he told me this. This was his message to us. He said, if you got a C in algebra, you're going to get a D in calculus. If you got a B in algebra, you're going to get a C in calculus. If you got an A in algebra, you're going to get a B in calculus. He says, and here's what I'm willing to do. The class starts at 7 in the morning, but I am willing to come in at 6:30 to cover the math homework from 6:30 to 7, so you guys have a head start and you guys can get the A.
What?
And math wasn't my strong subject. I got an A- in his class. But
Were you there at 6:30?
Yes, I was there at 6:30.
There you go.
He made the difference because he
Yeah.
made math fun. He came into class with the original edition of Isaac Newton's algebra book. He was a collector
Wow.
of books.
Oh, how cool.
And he passed it. I'm like, wow. And he said, look at the problems. Look at the material. It's exactly the same today as it was then.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And I was like, wow, this is cool. And he made it so interesting.
Right.
And I love that teacher. I think he's still around. I have to look him up again, but
A teacher can
makes-
make the
yeah.
difference, all the
Yeah.
difference, all the difference.
So
Just
true.
even keeping a kid in school, you
Sure.
know, just that makes such a difference.
So when
Wow.
I finish, if I get elected, and I finish, I want them to look back and say, you know what, I made a difference. I made it better, and the kids are better off. That's the whole thing there. That's what I'm pushing for.
Jesus, thank you so much for sharing that with. Good luck with everything.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Vote for
Good.
Jesus.
Good luck, and thank you. You've already made a difference in my laundry system. In the place that I'm going to eat Peruvian food
He's
next.
made a difference in my household because my husband's getting a lot more added to his list today.
The honey-do list?
Yeah, thanks for making the difference, Jesus.
Well, I have a suggestion for him.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
and here's a suggestion. A lady had a long honey-do list, and it just kept growing, and she'd put it on the fridge, and the list kept growing, and she'd look at her husband, when are you going to take care of this? When are you going to take care of this? So one day he says, okay. He took the list and went to his office, and he looked up in the local paper, handyman,
That's
Craigslist,
amazing, and
and he
hired
found a handyman. Wife went to work, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
Next day, he hired him. He came in. He says, I need you to take this off the list. So he took everything. He did everything. Wife came home. Oh, my gosh. You did the list. This is amazing. It's been
That's a
growing
great
for
idea.
a year, and it's done. And he said he ran on that nice wave for about
Oh, yeah.
He rode that wave for about a month, and then he says, I couldn't lie to her anymore. I have to tell her.
That's hilarious.
And he did it. But
We're
problem
okay
solving.
with that.
Yeah.
We're okay with that. You can hire someone to fix the problem.
Cost them $100.
There you go.
Wife
It's
is
totally
happy.
worth it.
Yes.
Wife is happy.
Yeah.
He's happy. Everybody's happy.
it.
Happy
See,
home.
my husband has great intentions. Like, he really does, and he does a ton. Like, for what his, as busy as we both are, he does a lot. But he is the type that will not hire anyone. He has to do it. That guy could go 10 days with no sleep just because he won't hire anyone and has to do it himself.
I'm going to give you some advice. You say, honey, why don't we just hire somebody because I want to spend more time with you.
Aww. Which is the
I don't know if
truth.
And I'll tell you what, his heart will melt, and you say, why don't we just go out this
Maybe.
weekend?
Yeah.
Go somewhere.
Let's go get some Peruvian food.
Yeah.
There's
That's right.
salsa
I know
dancing.
this great Peruvian restaurant.
Great little place in Hollywood that
Yeah.
Jesus
Very
Henao
good.
told me about.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank
place.
you so much for joining us on the
Yeah,
Mom
thank
Show.
you.
We had so much fun. Again, I'm
My
Kristin
pleasure.
Cruz. This is Renee Kennedy Powers from Earth Baby Boutique. We have a lot more to talk about next week,
Yes.
so make sure you come back. We have such interesting, fun guests from the community.
Yes, we do.
I feel like this is a great place to really just connect with each other on a family level. I mean,
Totally.
you may know our stores or our brands or what we're doing out in, business, but it's really nice to know the story behind this success story,
Yes.
what's happening at home. So thank you for sharing. Jesus, good luck
My
with everything.
pleasure.
We will
Thank you
see
so
you
much.
again, and make sure you listen to Jesus' show, too, here on KHTS. You're
Yes,
listening
thank
to
you, guys.
your hometown station, KHTS Radio.
Bye.